everybody, Holly here with Honeycomb Coaching, and I'm in my van, Eloise Van Gogh, a 1997 Ford E350 Club Wagon with a high top that I have converted. My dog Mona Lisa's around here somewhere, but it's been a couple of weeks since I did a video, and I just wanted to touch base with you guys and let you know what was going on. So if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, both at Honeycomb Coaching, you know that I am back in Denver, and I'm sure you can see behind me the view is not as picturesque as it was when I was out on BLM land, but I'm really happy to be back. I've been back for maybe 4 days now, and city van life is definitely different than wilderness van life, desert van life, woods van life, whatever. And getting back into the swing of things here in Denver has been interesting, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. Denver is my home base, but I actually haven't lived in Denver in the van full time yet, because the day that I moved into the van full time, I hit the road also. I headed down to Arizona, so I'm just getting used to being in the city and figuring all of that out. I'm really happy to be back where my friends are and where my gym is and everything else. I have been sleeping pretty much in front of my friends' houses since I've been back, and that's really nice. I know there are a lot of options for parking here, but it just feels somehow more legitimate to park in front of a friend's house, because I know the people who I'm parking in front of and I don't feel like as much of an imposition. I am trying to be really, really conscientious of how much time I'm spending with those friends, or how much of their generosity I am accepting, so that I don't overstay my welcome. All of my friends are wonderful, and I love them all, and they're all just fantastic human beings, and you know, they offer me access to their house, which is great. You know, come on in and like use the kitchen, take a shower, use the laundry, let your dog in the yard, you know, whatever. And I'm 100% super grateful, and I do take them up on it, but I try not to take people up on it too much, so that I don't overstay my welcome or make them uncomfortable in any way. When you live in a van, your personal space, your concept of personal space just like changes quite a bit, and I want to be aware of and respectful of, you know, the personal space of people who live in houses. So I have been staying in front of friends' houses mostly, and then during the day I'll go climb or to a parking lot like this one, where I can get Wi-Fi from local restaurants or stores or something like that, and it's really nice to see everybody again and just get back into the swing of things. I thought that getting back into the swing of work would be a little bit easier. It's definitely been kind of a challenge. Part of that is because I want to see everybody that I haven't seen in the past 6 weeks, and part of that is just, you know, building new routines for yourself. If you are in van life, or if you've seen other van life videos, you're considering it, a lot of people talk about, you know, the concept of freedom and how you can be anywhere you want to be and go anywhere you want to go at any time, and you can just, you know, be loosey-goosey about it. But there is something to be said for having a routine, as far as, you know, taking care of yourself and your health and your hygiene and your mental health, also your work and any other chores or responsibilities that you have. So I'm still working on reestablishing those routines for myself. But yeah, that's all I can think of right now. But this is going to be a really short video if that's all I say. So I will just figure out other things to say later. Come along. Hey guys, so it's nighttime now. It's not even that late. It's like 6:15 or 6:30 or something, but the sun has gone down and the wind has really picked up. So it's pretty chilly outside, and Lisa and I basically just spent the day working and hanging out with some friends, and now we're getting ready to go to sleep in the city. And we parked in front of one of my friend's houses. Lisa knows that we're parked in front of a friend's house, and this friend has a dog who is like best friends with Lisa, so she's like pretty excited. She thinks we're gonna get out and go hang out, and we're not. Sadly, we're just gonna hang out in the van. But yeah, we tried to run some errands and be productive and get a hose and a splitter so that I can hook my Mr. Buddy heater up to my bigger propane tank, so I don't have to keep using the 1-pounders. But we're unsuccessful in finding that this evening, so we'll go find it tomorrow. But for tonight, we'll just keep using some more 1-pounders to keep us warm because of that icy wind. It's definitely starting to cool off, but a typical evening in the city so far is basically just, hanging out with people until we're done, and then finding a nice quiet neighborhood street to sleep on, hopefully in front of a friend's house. And I'll turn off these lights before too long, just because I have my Reflectix up and it makes it pretty hard to see in, but there are some gaps around the edges of some of the windows. So until I get those fixed, I try to keep this bright light to a minimum so that it's not super obvious somebody's in here. So I'll turn on my fairy lights and my fake candle and give it a little bit more ambiance on the inside and make it a little harder for people to tell that there's somebody in here from the outside. So come along on a nighttime routine. Ate dinner and turned down the heater, and now it's time to read a book. So living in a van in the city, it works just fine until the temperatures really drop below that 10 to 15 degree mark for Lisa and I. That's kind of our limit for the van for being comfortable and keeping her from shivering all night long, even with all the measures that I take to keep her warm. So we have actually been lucky enough to stay with friends in their houses, in their guest rooms, on their couches, and now we have the opportunity to house sit this beautiful house for a friend of mine while she's out of state. So we will probably be here and hopping around to a few other places while we're in Denver. And this is just part of living in a van in Denver in the winter, when that particular van is not super winter friendly. There are 2 or 3 main reasons that it's not the best van for the winter, one of which is the fact that it has all those windows, which are great for so many reasons, and they let in a lot of natural light. They help me drive nice and safe. I can see all the way around me, but they don't insulate very well, so it does get really cold in there really quickly, even though I spent the time insulating as much of the wall space as I could. And then also, this van is rear-wheel drive, and the tires are pretty old, so it does not handle slippery roads pretty much at all. And my previous bunch of cars have all been Subarus, and so I'm pretty comfortable driving in the snow, and I'm not used to having to rely on the weather conditions to be perfect for me to get around, so this is something that I'm having to get used to. But this is just part of it, so I hope you guys stick around and let me know what questions you have for future videos, and subscribe. Tune in next time.